What is going on, Blue Bloods? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about Vinicius Junior mentality, and we also talk about how this helped him to succeed this season, to play so well. My name is Zidane. I'm the creator of Athlete Mentality, and I help athletes to develop their mental side so they can reach the best of their potential. As I said, today we're going to look at Vinicius Junior mentality, and by the end of the video, you'll understand that great skills and a great mentality will always result in a great performance. But before I start the video, I want to make it clear that my goal with this video and any content that I post has the goal of helping athletes to work on and understand the mental side, and not in any way to judge or assume what his mentality is like, even because it is impossible to know exactly what happens in his mind. So what we're going to do in this video is to look at the things he went through, the challenges he faced, statements from him and from people close to him. So we're going to assume that the way they are talking about him is what happens on his mind. But again, this doesn't have the goal of judging his mentality. The most important thing here is that you and several other athletes understand how the mind works and that you start working on your mind today. So let's start by seeing all the things that he went through, the challenges, the bad things first. And one thing that is very important to understand is that his performance is his behavior, and the behavior comes from the emotions that you have, which comes from the thoughts that you have. You'll understand more during the video about this topic, but I want you to have this in mind. His performance is a result of his thoughts. First thing, bad scenarios he faced. Coming from Real Madrid, an expensive player, 18-year-old, had never played professionally before when he was first bought, and he was not playing well his first seasons. A lot of pressure on him, a lot of expectations, and he was not playing well. So how do you deal with that pressure? See if you can relate to some situations similar to that. You had high expectations on you and you were not performing so well. And add to that all the pressure from being an expensive player, from playing at Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world, and not playing well. How can you deal with that? Second thing, and we're not going to judge those things now. We're just going to see to understand the situation he was in, the environment. Imagine having all of those issues that he was facing. Not playing well, pressuring him, the media talking about him. Now you're playing a UCL game, and in halftime, your teammate starts talking to another teammate behind your back to not pass you the ball. This is what happened when Benzema was talking to Mendy to not pass the ball to Vinicius because he was playing against them. And you only find out about this in the media, and you find out about this at the same time as the whole world finds out that your teammates don't trust you. Imagine how hard is that. Have you ever been through a situation that your teammates are criticizing you, your teammates don't trust you? Now imagine that everybody knows that. Everybody knows that your teammates don't trust you, they're talking behind your back, and they don't think you are good enough. Imagine dealing with a situation like that. Third thing, still related to the environment, the coach. His relationship with Zidane was not good. He was not having many minutes to play. Zidane didn't trust him a lot, and according to these posts from The Athletic, the relationship with Zidane was clearly difficult. His focus was on what the youngster needed to improve, not on what he did really well. This tough love approach was not necessarily the best for Vini, says someone who knows him well. So, bad relationship with the coach, bad relationship with the teammates criticizing him, a lot of pressure, not playing well, expensive player, young athlete, playing for Real Madrid. Now, let's see the positive things. First one, new coach, Carlo Ancelotti. How did he handle Vinicius? How did he help Vinicius? Well, according to the same post from The Athletic, Ancelotti also worked with him on the training ground, in particular asking him to get shots off earlier and take fewer touches around the opposition box. Mostly though, it was about Vinicius getting his confidence back and feeling important again. Every coach must understand the importance of making a player to feel important and giving his confidence back. If he wasn't by this, if Vinicius didn't get his confidence back, he will never have played as well as he played this season, and probably Real Madrid wouldn't have won the Champions League.
There's a lot of guys who can run and jump and probably shoot, but if they don't have the killer instinct or the confidence in themselves to perform those skills.
Another thing, his mentality. Now we are going to look at two statements from Vinicius and another one from a former teammate of him, and we're going to assume that this is his mentality. We're going to interpret these things as being his mindset. Vinicius said, "I leave it with the memes and the jokes as I do now, very calm and always focused. I don't think I'm the best player now, and I didn't think I was the worst player back then. I just want to improve and build upon. So by looking at these, we can have the conclusion that he has a stable self-image. He didn't think he was the best, he didn't think he was the worst when things were not working well. So first thing about his mentality, stable self-image. Now we can also assume that he's calm and focused because he said that. He's realistic, he knows how to look at a situation in a realistic way. And also, he's ambitious. He always wants to improve and build upon. Now let's look at what someone, a former teammate named Amadeu, said about him. He showed he could live with the demands and the expectations placed upon him. He always had that strong personality. He faces challenges head on. So we can see that Vinicius is also resilient. So these are the characteristics that we are going to assume he has. Calm, focused, realistic, ambitious, resilient, and stable self-image. The combination of a strong mind with great skills will result in a great performance. Now we're going to break down how the mind works, why the thoughts influence your performance so much. When we are looking at the mind, we have to know that we are controlled by our emotions. Our emotions determine our behavior, but our emotions are consequences of what is called core beliefs. These core beliefs are the ways you see the world to be. Your interpretation of the world is highly influenced by your core beliefs. Your core beliefs control how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you see your future. And based on those ideas, you start having rules that you live by, and also they create automatic thoughts for you that will come to you naturally all the time. Whenever you're presented with a situation, your mind starts projecting these core beliefs into how you view the world. And based on that, you start having automatic thoughts. So let me give you an example to make it more clear. Vinicius, he said that he was dealing with the memes and the jokes very calm and always focused. So if his emotion was calm, his behavior was dealing with it in a good way, not stressing so much about it, and his emotion was calm, his thoughts were probably like, it's alright, I can deal with this, I am better than this, I am a good athlete. And this is only happening because he has that core belief that I am good enough. Now, let's imagine an opposite scenario. If Vinicius had the mindset of, I am not good enough, or I'm not able to keep with that, I am not good enough to play at Real Madrid. If he has that core belief, imagine what are the automatic thoughts that will come whenever he sees memes about him, whenever people are joking about him, whenever he's being criticized by his teammates. If he had that core belief, his thoughts would be, I shouldn't be here, I'm gonna fail, I am getting embarrassed, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable of playing up to this level. His emotions would be fear, anxiety, insecure, and his behavior, in other words, his performance wouldn't be as good. He will probably stop playing for Real Madrid because bad performances will put him on the bench, he wouldn't play as well, he would leave the team most likely. So this is the importance of working on your mind. And all of those things, they are subconscious. So you are not aware of these things happening to you. But every single human being has negative core beliefs. And we must learn how to work on them so we become more confident about ourselves. So we become more sociable, create better relationships. We are able to see our mistakes in a realistic way that allows us to improve from them. So this is the importance. So if his behavior, his performance was great, it was because he had great thoughts. And the reason why he had great thoughts, positive thoughts, confident thoughts, was because he has a strong core belief. And your core belief is subconscious. You must learn how to work on it. This is the importance of mental training drills. Your mental training drills can help you to work on your subconscious mind, which will allow you to have better thoughts, which will make you to have a better performance, a better behavior. If you have a strong mind and a strong skills, a good performance is a natural consequence. You don't have to force that, you don't have to think too much about it. You just go out and play because your mind allows you to use all the skills you have. Now, let's see Vinicius' mentality in action, his behavior, his performance in action. Let's see how these characteristics, being focused, calm, resilient, stable self-image, realistic, how these things transform into performance. What changes in his performance having these things in his mind? Let's see. We're going to analyze Vinicius' performance against Manchester City in both legs of the UCL. High pressure moments, a lot of things involved, and let's see how he behaves, how his mentality helps him. So for the first game, we're going to analyze just one play for him, and I'll give you the details about what's happening here. Real Madrid was losing 3-1, and Manchester City had just scored their third goal. Vinicius' play at that time were mostly mistakes. He was losing the ball, making fouls, and then the ball comes to him. The ball comes to him in the midfield, and let's see what he does. Mendy passes him the ball, he dribbles the first one, and at this time, he has the ball, him and Benzema against 5 City defenders. At that time, he's not thinking about anything. He's not trying to make himself feel confident. He's not trying to think, what if I make a mistake? What if I do this or that? He's just there in the moment. When your mind is on point and your skills are great, things happen naturally. At that time, he doesn't need to think, I am confident, I am good, I can do this, I am good enough, I can dribble them. No, he's just there at the moment doing what he knows to do. So let's see what he does. And I've probably seen this already, but it's always nice to watch him doing this. Amazing goal, amazing goal. And by the way, as I said, he was not playing very well that game, making a lot of mistakes, but he did this. This amazing goal, away from home, UCL semifinal. His team was losing 3-1. He gets the ball before the midfield, takes the ball to the box, gets into the box, faces the keeper and scores. Calm, confident, focused. Okay, let's watch once again because this play deserves that. And that's it for the first game. And now, fast forward 1 week, we're going to watch his performance in the second game. So Manchester City won the first game 4-3, and then in the second game, Manchester City was winning the game. Real Madrid had few chances, but let's see from the beginning of the game. Starting the game, warm up. Let's see, Vinicius playing with the ball, and it's a small clip, but we can see he's playing with the ball, enjoying himself, and yes, it doesn't mean anything, but it means a lot. And what I mean by that is, again, your behavior is a consequence of your emotions are a consequence of your thoughts. If your behavior is just playing around, having fun, your emotions are very likely to be enjoying the moment, calm, focused, happy. So if those are his emotions, his thoughts are positive too. Of course, this is an assumption looking at a small clip which doesn't mean anything. But the rule, the mind works like that. Now, first scene of Vinicius. Tries to dribble, loses the ball. Okay. Now, let's see his mentality. He just lost the ball in an important game that Real Madrid has to win. You've probably been to a situation like that before. You made a mistake or you got embarrassed, you made something you shouldn't do. You just lost the ball in an important game. What do? Do you think about a mistake? Do you stay on that negative mindset all the time? Or do you just move on? Well, Vinicius very quickly moved on into the next thing, sprinting to press the keeper and almost made something in there. Almost blocked Ederson's shot. And this shows that Vinicius has the mentality of something like the next play already started. And this is something great for you to keep in mind whenever you're playing. Whenever you make a mistake, shift your focus to the next thing. The next play starts now. Whenever you make a mistake, I'll repeat that. Whenever you make a mistake, think to yourself, the next play starts now. And let that go. The mistake is over. Now you focus on what's happening right at that moment. And that's what Vinicius did. Now next play. Gets the ball into the box, tries to score, and ugly shot. Embarrassing. Left foot, which is not his preferred, but look, that was really far from the goal. His reaction to it. Now next play. What he's gonna do? Just missed the shot, just missed the goal. What he's going to do? Play safe, try to make the right passes a couple times to gain his confidence back. What he's gonna do? He gets the ball, tries to dribble, he dribbles, but not the way he wanted, keeps the ball. Alright, so let's count. He just made a mistake, just missed a shot, tried to dribble De Bruyne, it worked, but not the way he expected. What's gonna he do now? What is his mind like? If his behavior is playing well, taking risks, his thoughts are not that I can miss this ball. His thoughts are not negative. Nutmeg. And gets a fall close to the box, creating a dangerous opportunity for Real Madrid. You see that he's always moving on, not dwelling on mistakes, just moving on, just playing his game. Next play. He tries to get the ball, gets a fall that the referee doesn't call, and look, that's clearly a foul. I know that I'm biased to speak about Vinicius, to speak about Real Madrid, but that's clearly a foul. And his reaction doesn't like it, but moves on. Game continues. Next play starts now. And the reason why I'm telling you this next play starts now is because the more you dwell on mistakes, the more you start having negative automatic thoughts, which will influence on your emotions, which will influence on your behavior. So if you dwell on mistakes, the next play are not going to be as good as it could if your mind was more positive. So Carvajal sends him the box, great assist for Vinicius inside the box, left foot, terrible finishing, terrible finishing, and Real Madrid needed to score. At this time, Real Madrid was losing the game, I guess, and Vinicius missed a shot like this, inside the box. Now, next play, he gets the ball, just missed a shot. What he's gonna do? And the reason why I'm repeating those things and showing you is because the outcome, scoring a goal or not, is something that you actually don't control, because the keeper can save a great ball. What you control is how well you play, the risks you take, the dribbles you can make, the things you can try. And if you're trying, it means that you are in a good mindset. You have a strong mind that is able to deal with mistakes, to deal with the chance of not doing things right, with the risk that you can take. And if you're able to do that, that's great. That's the thing you can control, and that's the way you make your mind stronger to keep competing, to deal with pressure, to deal with mistakes. And now Vinicius gets the ball, makes a good pass to Mendy. Next play, gets the ball on the sideline, goes to the defenders, pass De Bruyne, faces one defender. See, at this time, there's only Vinicius from Real Madrid on the screen, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 City players, half the team, and just Vinicius on the screen. He gets into the box, cuts in, and makes a great pass for Modric that takes a shot but gets blocked. That was a great play for him. Taking risks, taking the ball into the box, dribbling, great mentality. A good performance is a result of great skills and great mentality. Vinicius has the skills. He doesn't lose the skills. But if he's not playing right or not playing up to his potential, it's because his mind is not in the right place. And that happens to you too. If you're not playing so well and you have the skills, if you are not using the best skills that you have, if on game you are not playing up to your full potential, that is because your mind is not as good as it could be. And you can train that. Real Madrid just scored the first goal. Rodrigo scored at the 90th minute, and Real Madrid needs another goal to take the game to extra time. Vinicius gets the ball, cuts in, tries to dribble, dribbles one player, tries another one, and loses the ball. As I said, while he controls, taking risks, trying to dribble, he's doing great. And that is coming from a good mindset. In this short clip from Vinicius after Real Madrid score, showing his leadership, showing how important he feels for the team now. If he's taking that responsibility, having the courage to say things to other players, to talk to the supporters, is because he's feeling important now for the team. He's feeling confident that he's able to make an impact. And then Real Madrid scores another one. Vinicius gets sub. First of all, he didn't want to get sub. Not me. Hold on. He gets sub. Applauded by the fans. Doesn't show any negative reaction for leaving the field, for being sub. And that's it. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that it makes sense to you how important the mind is, how your performance is a consequence of great skills and a great mindset, which is something that you can work on. So you must work on the two things. Unfortunately, what most athletes, or fortunately for you, most athletes just work on their skills, on their physical side. So if you want to take the advantage and really take your game to the next level, work on your mind. It is really, really important that you take the commitment to work on your mind to become the best athlete you can be. And if you want to start that, I highly recommend you join the Athlete Mentality Academy. In there, you're going to find every single dribble you need for your mental preparation. The link for that is in the description of the video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this makes sense to you. Please leave a feedback in the comments so I know if you like this video or not. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, to send me a message on Instagram. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we talk soon.